Good morning, Azeroth. It is the 21st of October 2024. Grab your morning beverage and welcome to the stream. We're back on the ult train today, focusing on our mage, getting them leveled up so we can get them to that elite PvP set. Without further ado, let's get stuck in. Hope you're doing well this morning. It's a little blustery over here. Take the day steady, keep yourselves warm. You've got this. Over the weekend, I went through and moved a chunk of my ults, not all of them, but a chunk of them, into Dornagor on the Wall within, just so we're ready to jump in without much dilly-dally. Good morning, Bobby in the chat. Good morning, Mac. Hope you're both well today. Have yourselves that morning beverage. Hope you've had a lovely weekend. As this is another character that I want that elite PvP set on,
Make it quick, please.
we'll be grabbing up our Sparks of War quest, taking them into war mode, and doing some battlegrounds as we level. Now, because this wasn't a remix ult, their gear is, oh boy, got some item level 150 stuff in here. It's probably going to be a little messy early on. It's probably going to be a little difficult, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully between different world quests we can get ourselves geared up relatively quickly. Should be fine. Quickly nip down to Gundagaz to get my snuffling quest, as that will probably be our main way of getting Sparks of War on an ult. Full quest aside, I should definitely sign up for the different battlegrounds. Why is the Brawl only at level 80? That seems weird. No wonder the queue times for it are a nightmare. Oh, Dragonheart's wings are too big. Oh, the Snuffling Weekly doesn't come up until you're max level. It is just you can bring the wax to get XP. Okay, I understand. I had forgotten. Now, as with many characters, I have played, well, not much over the years of the various classes, other than just leveling content out in the world. I had a look through a couple of guides and whatnot, just to get my bearings a little bit for the PvP stuff. But don't expect on-point mage gameplay here. No. You'll see blustering, flustering, panicking in the melee. Especially as a long-range caster is not something I have done for ages. In Drakfir or Evoker I should say, I didn't realise would be quite so mid-range. So we'll have to see how it all shakes up. I did, as I was moving ults through places, grab professions on each one. And most of them can make use of the stuff in the warband bank straight away, which is excellent. That's exactly how I hope the system would work. That's the big pro of things being warband. But there are a couple where to level stuff up, they need to go, like my engineer, for example, is my Death Knight. You need to gather like sprockets or gears from out in the world. So that's the only way to start leveling that one up. So that one's going to require some going and doing. But the others, I should just be able to jump on every now and then and do some bits. Okay, I killed a mob, that's fine. Can hit the buttons. Doing spots of gathering as I go. Much smaller reagent bag. I do need to have a look on my tailor now that they're ready in Dornagor, and just see about crafting a load of bags. Hopefully they're not too low down on the list in terms of learning the recipes and getting those crafted. I know for map discovery as well, there was a toy you could get that showed all of the war within zones without having to go and discover them again, but if you do that you lose out on the discovery XP, so I figured we might as well keep those. There we go. I have got those overload thingy-mabobs. Yeah, there we are. Kazalgar. That's Kazalgar. Alright. I didn't know if I learnt them until I came and gathered something or not. How are the queue times looking? Just for leveling battlegrounds. I know once I go from level 70 to 71, it puts you in a different PvP bracket, and that will cancel any queues you had outgoing. Unfortunately. But it looks about 10 minutes for your average battleground, and then the random epic has no average, which means it might never happen. No way of knowing. This horrific poison might actually be an issue from the vein. Alright. I have to go to the Weaver's Lair to activate world quests. That seems odd when on your main you already activate which pact you're in. That alts then have to go to the, you know, they have to go and pick it up. Just seems a little odd when it's already kind of locked in for the week. I mean, it's a minor inconvenience, sure, but feels like it doesn't have to be an issue.
There's a cache of resources nearby.
No.
Find it before you have to fight over it.
Cache of resources? Nope, don't hit that button. Many fancy little doohickeys on the Mage that I'm going to have to bear in mind. You swine. Invisible. My alter time here sets me back to the location and health I was at 10 seconds after. Displacement jumping me back to where I was after I blinked, usable within 8 seconds of blinking. There's stuff to consider. Oh. Catch got picked up. And it was Horde. Of course it was. Glad I didn't rush on over. What my level 70 ass could do is very little. Besides annoy some people.
Got a real troublemaker on our hands. Take them on, if you think you're up to it.
I mean...
Elix Cottage.
Oh nope, they're already gone. That's fine. Alright, let's have a look at these world quests then. The race is a decent point to start. Fly ourselves over, mine as we go. Again, even without as much bag space. Still a lot to pick up. I have a second one set for profession goods, don't I? Yes, I do. Very good. Like how this character just sat on a bunch of Trial of Style tokens. To knowledge, we probably want on anyone not Drakfir. Where was it? The one where you can mine while mounted. There it is. But we're a ways off earning that yet. Can't remember if before you hit the ground on a mage, can you blink to avoid the fall damage? Let's find out. It's been long enough. Yep, that seems to work. Excellent. Grab that. Wax. Get away from it. I'm only a squishy cloth user. I'm gonna move Scorch over there just so it's easier to attack. Strange lump. We can take that to Nobles. That's easy XP. Lovely stuff. Did I hit Arcane Intellect? I did. That's That's fine. Yeah, 10 sparks of war, easy peasy. Or 30 minutes from now where I'm going around trying to pick up wax and I'm just getting mobbed by everyone. Rare. Let's see, why not? Shoot Ring of Fire just because. And Combustion. Get away from him. Freeze him in place. Ow, my health. Feels so scary being squishy. Ow. Okay, it died. I nearly did. Ants. Thank goodness. Oh yeah, from item level 158 to 415. Yes, please. Conjure some refreshments. The joys of magic. Oh, we should probably look for a refreshment table for PvP, shouldn't I? Oh, and I needed to go to... I did not set my Hearthstone. I did not pick up the portal for Kazalgar. Oh, no. Conjure refreshment. Where is Conjure table that mages have? Is that not just a learn spell? Oh no, it says conjure mana food for you and your allies. But when I hit the button, I only summoned it in my inventory. It did not make a table.
Got a real trouble.
This seems like something that I should know in all my years of playing.
You're up to it.
Is it just one of those random old abilities that I have to go and learn from a mage? Oh no. Oh, spider web. Absolute swine. Oh, our stamina. The slow fly. Oh, fine. It's right there.
Join us, and we can see how your skills are coming along.
Oh, good morning, Under Stress. Lovely to see. Whee. It's nice and easy for leveling these fly-throughs. Well, this old blue Dragonhawk model I'm on looks a little janky. I just went with his transmog at the time. It is growing on me. I think it was one for getting a certain amount of like mounts collected. And there's a few like that these days. Might have been 100, 200 mounts, something like that. For someone who doesn't play WoW regularly, that might seem like a lot, but in WoW terms, I know getting a lot, if you consider how many you can buy with like Marks of Honor or the various racial mounts, that the gold prices are way lower than...
Nicely done. You and your
they
drink
used
are
to be.
exceptional.
It's not too bad. But again, that's easy for me to say. I've been played the game for 20 years. I mean, over there. Well, my shoulders are one of my better bits, but I'll take any upgrades I can get. Another rare. I'll wing. Don't want to fight you with anything else about because I don't trust in my capabilities. showed you. There you go. Oh, I'm late to Paladin here. Proud of you, sir. I already killed the rare, so thanks for wasting your time. Honestly. No, cauterized trader. That was a fire mage mechanic I thought was interesting. When it first got like released, oh, I can't remember how long ago it was. It'd be a long time ago. I remember thinking that's probably going to be pretty broken, but it turned out, I don't know how much better it is these days, but you ended up respawning with it and then getting booped down again immediately. Ah, not as good a helmet as what I had from the pre-patch event, that was it. I had a couple of pieces.
Need to let off some steam? I hear there's someone nearby who's itching for a fight.
Well, they seem to be dead immediately, Rufus. It's nothing. If we can find, on the off chance, a bounty that's complete, or one of those caches, that's getting a bit of conquest early on this character.
Zev Call sent heavy support to the battle in the west. I need to know which sections of our military are active.
Oh, some more
Fly through
photography.
and gather intelligence.
Take some snapshots of some spiders and carry in their little baskets. Spider convoy. Miscellaneous achievement. Oh, the group skitter. Terrifying. And nothing fancy in these War Within snapshot ones. I remember in the Dragonflight ones always kind of keeping your head on a swivel, because sometimes characters or events would kind of spawn in that way. That in the old Pokemon Snap games, you'd see something fancy, or if you interacted with the environment, something would happen. I know they're just like a miscellaneous world quest, but it would be cool to see a few more hidden details in there. I'm not expecting to throw an apple at a spider into a volcano and then it transforms into a bigger spider. You know, we're not going to have any evolution type stuff. But a little more would be nice. Alright, goodbye, Transmog. Alright, move on to the next one. Kill some Nerubians. We can do that. How's that PvP queue looking? Oh yeah. It's alright, was to be expected. For the queue pops, we will probably end up leveling and then have to re-queue again. Hoping the 71 to 79 bracket's a little busier. See if we can kill this rare before some upstart level 80 thinks, I'm gonna go kill this leveling person.
My darling weave rats have witnessed accumulating dangers to your precious Arathi. Exterminate the threats. Buy your people more time.
Okay, that just let me please kill this spider beforehand. Oh, I can spell steal that. Scorch doesn't interact with the global cooldown, so I should be doing that more. Oh, let me loot it for a piece of gear. Ah! It's the boat one again. Again, in the rated battlegrounds, we never saw this one. Wonder if it's not even in there for some reason. Cloak, take it.
For the Alliance.
Yes, soldier. Yeah, I did that.
For the Alliance.
I did. Gotta remember slash commands exist. Now, as I was saying before, likelihood of getting bodied in the gear I've got pretty high. Oh, not enough players. Game will end in 4 minutes. What do you mean? Just let us 4v4.
You all look like a sturdy
Oh,
lot.
4v6.
Could use another rogue or two, I'd say. But
Shame.
you'll do.
Suppose they couldn't do the, I know they introduced it in Battle for Azeroth. I never really did Island Expeditions. But there was, well, like a hard mode AI PvP type thing they put on for that never really amounted to much. I think they used it in one of the brawls at one point as well. I know they wouldn't be quite
Champion.
the level of your average player, but stuff like this where you're just trying to get a game, or you get a load of levers, stands to reason you would put
We've brought our ship around
a
to
fancy
the center
AI
of the
system
island.
in, at least for the
Collect
leveling
as
battlegrounds.
much Azerite as you can. It is the key to victory. There's a rich Azerite deposit below us, heroes. Get down there and collect all you can.
Game will end in
And if
3
those
minutes.
Horde marauders get in your
Go
way,
get into a fight.
put them down.
Try and go where our teammates are going. Get a touch of honor. Yeah. Fireball, Pyroad, and fire. Aha! Oh, I did not even have time to put up the ice wall. Good God. The difference between that first Tauren who went down in a couple of fireballs and the second who barely, like, brushed it off was like, blew out the flames. And my health just went absolutely gone. Oh, why leave the group? It's going to end in a moment anyway. Honestly, people. Get on over here. We can grab another one. Grab like 10 on it. It's fine. Ah, get ice walled. That worked surprisingly well. Ah! Retreat. Look at that. Smack. No damage. This all works pretty well though. I mean, I've seen it used to good effect
Supplies
in
incoming.
different rated
Grab them,
battlegrounds,
champions.
but that seems pretty solid. No pun intended. Any still over there? There are. Order trying to win this before the timer elapses. I will make it less so. There it is. Get polymuffed. Oh, we stole their mage armor.
My darling weaver.
Oh no, it spawned again.
Accumulating
Escape.
dangers to your precious Arathi. Exterminate the
Invisibility's
threats.
pretty fun.
Buy your people more time.
Oh, it'd be nice if it queued us up again when it fails out like that. Sure. Spider can just stay evading. There you go, back to work.
Looks like there's treasure nearby. And that means
It's not worth it,
treasure
Refuse.
hunters.
It's not worth it.
Watch your back.
Oh no, those were villains. Ten more. Yeah. That was always the fantasy of Fire Mage for me, or the ones I'd see from like, way back in the day in Vanilla and whatnot. The instant Pyroblast. No, way back when that was because you had to use Presence of Mind, the talent, I believe. Now it's just part of what Fire Mages do, and I love that. Just sudden giant fireball. Contested world quest today. There's more up here. I'm charging my fireball, Jimmy. It was an old, like, I don't even know if, I wouldn't even call it a machinima per se, but one of them old famous WoW YouTube videos. Jimmy and his mate arguing over the Aldors and the Scryers. I think I picked Aldor back in the day. Because I preferred the Draenei to Blood Elves. I don't even know what transmogs or rewards would still be back with them. Go and look one day. Bap, bap, bap. Clear in here. Angry dwarf noises inside. Ooh, amulet drop. That'll help. Oh yes, very nice. Take any and all I can get. Shoot. Oh, give me the seam.
Got a real troublemaker on our hands.
People really fighting this
Take them
morning.
on, if you think you're up to it.
Treasure cache and bits and bobs. We'll take those. Count as a reagent, but it's still. Slap that down there then. Right, it appears a little safer in here, or not many players are actually coming into this cave. Don't see many more enemies to fight. Some herbs over there then. Gimme, 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 gimme. Delightful Nerubian Forge. I'd love to see like a comparison and breakdown of every workstation in the game from different expansions, just in that nature of one day player housing or guild halls. What are all the different blacksmithing tables and forges that I can get? Let me have a look. I'm sure someone's compiled it somewhere, but it doesn't spring to mind as something anyone's done content on. Might be a fun little niche to explore. Oh, mine. This little skitterer. It's mine. I'm a low level. Leave me to it.
This war will
Aha!
be won by armies.
And we run away. There's a bounty at the Weaver's Lair? That seems bold. Let's go and have a gander, see if... Sanctuary, how did you get bounty? Or did they run here afterwards? Or are they like sat on top of the Weaver's Lair? Oh. They're in here and safe, I suppose. For now. Oh god. I'll head over to a PvP zone myself. Alright, let's get this over with. This is going to be a nightmare. I wonder if the specific PvP quests reward, like, the contribution if you kill a low-level player. I'd assume yes, which means we might be in for a bit of a rough time. See how we go. Want to grab ore as we swing around. It's all for the war bank. Where's this cave? Oh no, it's that tiny goblin bit at the back, isn't it? Oh no.
Those reckless goblins are fighting for sport down in the grotto.
Ignore me.
Better do something.
Dear God,
before it
ignore
gets
me.
out of hand.
I'm just a wee baby. Just ignore me. Oh, fight among yourselves. Let me have this. Don't be a scumbag. Yeah, we'll fight each other. You put a rumour monger right in there. So far, given how many players about, we're getting quite lucky with kindness. Or indifference. I just need to make sure not to AoE anyone by mistake. Leave me alone. Why would you do this? Somebody turn and booped them. Oh, bounty. Look at that. Very. Oh, no conquest until max level. Alright, alright. I'll take the bonus nonetheless. Get some of them bloody tokens. That will help us out as we hit max level. Don't do it. I'm just a tiny dwarf. Only level 70. Wow. Out of everyone here, okay, Mage. Someone killed them. And I can walk in and polymorph them and just, generally speaking, be a little bit of a sneaky bugger. Where are you? It's you there.
Too far away.
Almost. Almost polymorph. Alright, and you going in. The odds of me getting through more than 5 seconds or 1 kill at a time, very low. Doing it nonetheless. Bang, bang, bang. Get some food behind this rock. Wait, more have spawned. Stuff. I've been using this meteor. Eh. It landed on the worm. I expected it to feel a little more impactful, but sure. Nice, just this jumping into big fire spells, though. I like it a lot. Like Scorch can kind of proc and be an instant cast as well. It actually makes me feel like using it rather than only ever using it when I'm running away. Let's see how many more we're on. 60%. won't tag that one close to them because they probably want to grab that. Oh no, they're done. That's all well and good then. Never for me. I need to keep remembering blazing barrier, keeping those shields up, just to get into the practice of it, if nothing else. Always ensuring I have it on. Any more? Bap, bap, bap. Nice. Good for you, Warlock. I forgot Tauren can be Warlocks now. How many do I need? 3 more. Two. Last one, and we're free.
I still don't know what that equipment
Those
is
Scorch
supposed
procs
to
seem to
do.
do a lot of damage. That's very nice.
Something tells me I don't want to.
Hi, Bobby. They're really useful. So even if you're not going to be a part of that kill or you're leveling, just see when you see one on the map to get over to the general vicinity and keep half an eye. Like, even if you don't do damage to the individual, if you're vaguely in the area when they go down, you get those bags. They are really useful. And especially in those early days of either grinding up honor or wanting those bloody tokens. And even as a low level, if like a big group fight was going out to try and bring a bounty down, you could still annoy people. Like, crowd control and slows will always help out. Regardless of what level you are. As long as the spells hit. Which can be a problem, to be fair. They're absolutely worth doing. Fill the troughs. Yeah. I get a time buff there. What was that for? Ah, curse that flashbang. Don't you do it, Shaman. How many bloody tokens did it get me again? Already got quite a few. It's like 200 or something. Which when you need 700 to get a piece of gear. Meditate. Help out, grab a weapon. Now, I swear to God, game, I was out of range. There we go.
Sworn beasts are necessary tools
A
of
ring.
war. You've proven yourself
Absolutely an
useful
upgrade.
once again.
Just about everything will be for a while. Nope. Give me a ring. Right, 90 of 100 sparks of war, so we're pretty close to that being sorted.
Too far away.
Then I will mainly... Not easy pickings, I'm a fire mage. I'm only a tiny bit easy pickings. Aha. Oh, hang on, can overload it. It'll send me straight to another one nearby. Hey, level 71. Thank you, Herbalism XP. We can choose a hero talent. Now, just about every PvP guide I saw said, pick Frostfire. Have your things slow people. To which I'm like, no. Oh. For Drakfir, I understood on the Evoker, picking the Scale Commander, because the other one was just underwhelming to play. But here, I don't want to weave fire and frost. I want more flamey explosion. Every 6 times you consume a hot streak, conjure a Spellfire Sphere. Or out of combat, you'll conjure them slowly, and they increase spell damage by 1%, stacking up to 3 times. Frost Firebolt, your damaging fire spells generate a stack of Fire Mastery, and frost spells generate Frost Mastery. Haste from Fire, Mastery from Frost, and they stack. Yeah, I don't want to be weaving ice and fire. I would like more fire, please. Ooh, you could summon a phoenix. Isn't that fancy? This is our next Fire Blaster. Call down 4 meteorites. That's pretty cool. Arcane Phoenix will spell steal. Supernova becomes Gravity Lax. Which one's Supernova? Do I have Supernova? I'll check in a moment. Sun Fury. That's a nice little pop-up. You'll be able to learn it all. It's fine. Get the Phoenix to come out first. That seems alright. Super... Oh, can't spell. Supernova. Oh, this one. Okay, impulses around the target enemy or ally. Okay, so I don't need that one then. I'll just have the Phoenix randomly spell steal stuff. I like Dragon's Breath. Again, whole reason I'm playing Fire Mage. The fire stuff. Explosions. Oh, we need to sign up for Battlegrounds again because the queue's shifted. Alright, creepy Ashkahet music. I'm just trying to be chill. Oh, look. Huh. I see these a lot on the mages in PvP. Maybe as good as Frostfire is, people are just like, I want to be the fire person. I respect people sticking to their guns. Shoulder upgrade. Upsetting when we already have one. Any of my warband gear come through? Hang on, let me just... Stop attacking me, please. It did. Got a waist. Helmet, not as good. How about just to take the transmog?
There's a cache of resources nearby.
Oh?
Find it before you have to fight over it.
He says that like it's never a fight. It's not like it's hidden on the map. Which would probably be pretty annoying if everyone was then just scattered and being like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And nobody knew. Okay, it's down there. What are the chances nobody shows up? And me, level 71 mage. Oh, we got an alliance player going for it. Just okay, so we can just. Nope, ice blocked. What? I blinked into a warlock. I don't know how I went through the floor. It wasn't Ring of Fire. It kept saying I didn't have line of sight, which is odd because when I chucked over a Fire Blast, I did. I imagine given there was 1 or 2 alliance, the Horde probably has it now. Aye, that they do, that they do. Still, it was worth checking. You never know. We'll get that ore over there. Lovely. Keep the petals in mind. Okay, we'll turn in the Vizier one. I think we'll do the others while we're here. We do need that XP. Oh, the queue time for your average battleground has gone down to 5 minutes in the Epic 20. Not as bad while leveling then. Which one's this? Some more Pokemon
We
Snap.
must not forget to keep an eye on the maddening deeps. Fly over the area to document any new development there.
Oh, it disappeared. Make sure you're supping those beverages, by the way. My tea's gone very lukewarm, so I'm just going to have to chug a chunk. Oh, lukewarm was generous. That's cold. I don't know, what if I saw... In going back to how these would be more interesting, what if a character like Orwenya, you know, our half-troll, half-elf friend from the campaign, was just leaping around in, like, bat form or something, and then sometimes would come out of bat form and do an emote or something. Little moments like that, I think, would make these a little more engaging. Make them more akin to Dragonflight. It screams to me, oh, we didn't have the dev time to flesh them out even as much as Dragonflight had. There we are. It's shoulders again, but it's still an upgrade, so we'll take it.
The monstrosities brewing are clearly unstable. These notes are invaluable to my alchemists.
I love his voice. There's such a sinister undertone. And that delight in everything that's happening. Yes, our faction is at war and everything's going to shit, but I'm really enjoying myself. You say, yes. There's someone in the chat a while ago being like, that dude's absolutely going to betray you. And it's like, he hasn't yet. Got to the end of the quest line and he hasn't yet. Didn't by the end of the raid. No thank you. Grab a bit of ore. Wonder where that portal takes you. I don't believe I've gone in it before. Might not go anywhere. Might just be a dead end. If the average queue time's talking a lot of rubbish or if it actually means what it says. Oh, the shiny ore vanished. Let's move on to this next PvP zone. And probably get bodied. It's not a guarantee, as we saw in the worm one. Some people will come in and do it because they think they're really big and clever, but... Oh, to be fair, if it does award contribution, I can see being like, oh, this lower level's here, I'm just going to hit one button and they're going to fall over. Sure. Hammer. Not for me. Slap it in the war bank, though. With my enchanter in Dornagol, if the bank gets too full, I can just get her to disenchant everything. I don't know if that actually levels up her enchanting, or just gives materials. Either way, it's still useful. With me. Those are the moments where I want to do Meteor when they're rooted in place. From what I understand, playing my Frost Mage in Remix, as I wanted to have a go at it there, that's all about summoning and spawning those icicles and those little like ice flurries that happen. Lots of procs going off. It seemed like a lot of fun, actually. I didn't expect it to be. Whereas Arcane has this reputation of being a very difficult spec to master. I'm just not a fan of it theme-wise. Arcane magic doesn't really bother me. that much. It's not an element of fantasy I give too much of a toss about. Nice is just one of those. Everything goes slow now. And that's not my fantasy either. Explosions. Fire. Oh wait, the level 80. Uh-oh, mistakes were made. Invisible. Okay, so this might have been a level 80 quest zone then. It is. Then this is a terrible idea and we need to leave. Glad the other PvP one wasn't. Oh! Got a blade. No. What do I have? What do I have? I have a mass barrier. I can disorientate. Dead. To eat my conjured treat. At the very least, I can use the portal at the Weaver's Lair to get back to Dornagol, and then remember to pick up the portal in Hearthstone. Any other world quests about? Just the special assignment. So it requires level 80 to open the cache, but you can still actually do the quest, which is quite pleasant. We get the XP. Let's move ourselves on over. Bit of discovery XP as well, always nice. Oh, good. If it was the special assignment that had us killing elites up in that top right corner, wouldn't be able to do it. This one, though, being a vehicle quest, means it's not a bother.
Break this cycle.
Fire at will. Said fire at will game. Oop. Not one day the game could react to all that in a point of, oh, last week the special assignment bombed these convoys here, so the next time they show up on a weekly quest, the convoys will be in a different spot. Maybe that's a minor thing that wouldn't, you know, what does that change for someone just coming and doing a world quest? Like, what bonus does that add other than a tiny bit of immersion for what amount of development time?
Indulgence of war for too long.
So,
if we remain stagnant, we will never grow.
now you do right, Widow, you do right. That's terrifying, Bobby. I haven't heard of hacking in WoW for a long time. I know for a game like WoW it's much harder to do. That's very scary. Now, I'm assuming you also mean a mage. Not knowing mages as much, the stuff I was seeing in the rated battlegrounds for some mages led me to believe, oh no, maybe mages are just busted as hell at the moment. But I'd completely believe you.
Fascinating.
Oh,
We remember
is that just
all.
the dungeon quests?
Tread softly over ground.
Oh. I should be finding these and picking these up because they're decent to level through. It's just... well, no, I'm not going to do them on a PvP because I'm just going to be queuing up for dungeons, but it's something to bear in mind for other alts. On the Evoker! That's even scarier. Teleporting, no cooldowns. Oh, God. Having played a decent amount of Evoker now. Give my sympathies. Okay, I hit Conjure Refreshment. And it does do a table. Does that only happen when I'm in instance content then? I'm gonna assume. Oh, I need to remember I've got mirror images as well. Slow fall as well. Move that packed ability of Ashkare out of the way. Food buffs instant in PvP. Very nice. Wait until all 10 are in here, then do me buff. Lightforce Draenei using the heritage set for the most part. It's a fancy set. Big ol' hammer. I believe that's a PvP one. And then we just have various transmog levels. Some people in bits and bobs. It's an Emerald Dream character. They're using the Trading Post one, which I should check soon. That's a very popular old priest set. Shiny shoulder pads. There's still another couple of weeks for the Trading Post. That's fine. Now in 2 days we have the anniversary event, so current things and leveling alts will be on hold briefly while we investigate. I know it's meant to be good for alts with all the time walking stuff. Then all the different weekly quests also give those bronze celebration tokens. And then you earn enough of those tokens, I believe it's like 100, so that's like 2 or 3 weeks work. Then you can unlock them more easily with repeatable stuff. And that makes doing them on your alts easier and stuff like that. But it seems as though you only want to really do it on your main to start with. We'll have to investigate on Wednesday, we'll see. I know it's available until like 6th of January, I think. Oh no. Oh, survived. Barely. Barely survived. Knew that was coming. Mirror image. Be using that mirror image. They got brought down. Okay, folks are just fighting them at the graveyard. Unfortunate for the horde. Fine for me. This seems unfortunate. I hate it when battlegrounds end up like this, where it's just one team stuck. And there's not really much they can do other than jump down and get bodied. Then they start leaving. At least some are trying to fight. Oh, they just left the instance. Rogue. Oh, saved by the priest. Very kind priest. Saw that I was about to get bodied.
I need to target something.
Wait, someone's just running the flag. Ah! No, rogue. You shan't have me. Not this day.
I need a target.
So I have friends, apparently. Probably go and get the flag. Yeah, no, there's someone's gone and got it. That's all right. Oh, let me spell steal some of this. Spell steal a bit more of it. A bit more of it. And a bit more of it. And a bit more of it. Oh, it takes a ton of mana to spell steal. I see. That's why people don't cast it the whole time, always. The more we know. I'm with your flag carrier. When he's off, he's moving so fast. Priest buff, maybe? I don't know why I'm following like he's going to be in any bother. They are keeping people just in the graveyard. You never know. Someone might have made their way all the way around here. We've got to practice using Ice Wall. Yeah, ain't nobody coming in after us. Aha. It is. Win it in under 7 minutes. Oh boy. Damage done. Sod all. I expected as much in the gear we've got. Again, not only are we not a remix character, but all of my alts have gear from... Like, over the years, as like you log in and you get offered those gear upgrades, you know, where it gives you like different boxes of gear and matches your spec. I didn't always take those because it would teleport you back to Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and sometimes it was like, well, I'm doing some content over here. Actually, I'm doing some stuff, and I didn't want to be pulled out of it. Oh, a trinket, isn't that nice? Lovely. Oh yeah, big difference. 79 intellect, 534. We got a Spark of Omens. Why? From what? I don't know. Level 80 trinket. Probably won't end up using that. Just because we'll end up getting the PvP ones. Now, what are the odds the epic battleground is going to pop? Do I have time? Nip to the bathroom. Or will it pop while I do so? Will I be very upset? Sell those. Let me at least get back to the Gaul first. We take our little Paul. And a few quests in. Shoot lampshades. Not even lampshades, just lamps. Track. Honor. Track our bloody tokens. Why may I only watch one currency at a time? That was weird. Now I can do both.
Is your query crucial? Cycles are short today.
No conquest from it this low down, but that's okay. Go hand in the World Soul big one. Nice that you can do this one while you're leveling.
When shadow falls, lamplighters rise. All the peoples of Khazalgar are coming together more than ever because of you.
2 of the same trinket sucks. That sucks. I'll take it. Just super unlucky. Got too close to them. Go see Garib. Always selling our stuff to Garib. Hello, bub.
I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders.
Take my garbage. Go get our spare stuff into the war bank while we're here. Bum, bum, bum.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
On up, can keep the honor one. I think. Where are you? Oh no, they're warband bound. It's all right. Bob, this my enchanter definitely needs to disenchant all of this stuff. I think for the characters who aren't going to be PvPing, it will be useful for them. But for anyone doing the PvP, they're just going to buy the honor set. Even if I have to transfer the currency from other characters, that's just what's going to be happening immediately each time. Move these over. Move the profession equipment over. Which was that? Skinning and tailoring. That in. Pop those free. I might as well keep the bandages.
Return.
I don't see when I'm going to use them, but you never know. Alright. How much wax did I get? I got 5 wax there. Better than 0. And 5 is exactly what I need for a little chunk of XP. Right, I'm teetering on the brink here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up for a random one. Because that shouldn't pop while I nip to the bathroom. If the Epic Battleground one does, it does. That's the nature of the beast. Hopefully I don't get deserted from it at that point. I might do. Oh, I don't know. Let's hope. I do not.
Do you have a...
Fly me to Gundargaz, would you? Right, folks. I'm just going to nip to the bathroom. I will be right back. Refill your beverages. Take it steady. See you shortly. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Let me get wheeled in. Ooh, wait. Right, good old Gundergars. Oh, quick sip of us beverage. Near queues popped. I'll take it. Middles, if you wouldn't mind. It's like a third of an XP bar, that's alright. Just for something you'd be doing while you're out and about anyway. Let's have a look at the other world quests. Why is it always shoulder pads? Oh, and it's a cape that we already have. Or rather, we got an upgrade for, but... Give me those herbs. I need to keep an eye out for a quest that pops up for mages exclusively as well, like we got for the Drakfir. It won't be much XP, but... It was interesting to see. Oh! If our players make a chunk appear, we can make use of it. That's very kind. I was unaware. Ah, can unlock our herbalism profession. We'll want the one that lets us do it while mounted. I know that's not most efficient in terms of getting the rarer resources, but makes flying about easy on anyone not a Drakfir. I've done this one. Learn to process herbs into magical mulch. Don't know what that means. Hang on then. Undo it. And that lets me at least learn what this is. Magical mulch. Prepare the mulch for use. You will apply it to the next herb you gather, granting you a medium amount of finesse. You can only use one mulch at a time. Ah. Mulch. Is that just one of those permanent bulk? 5 minutes. Huh. So what? I'd need to keep crafting that. It takes 5 at a time, and it gains you like. Finesse means you gather more, right? So, oh, it only gathered me 1. That doesn't seem worth it. If it was a buff you could make yourself to last a while, I could see that, but I don't see why else that would be useful. Maybe when it's leveled up. Empowered mulch. Botanical knowledge allows you to activate your green thumb, getting double the herbs from your next gather. Imbued mulch. Okay, so you kind of focus into this mulch thing and then can gain more herbs. Fair enough. I don't see it as hugely important, but I suppose
join us, and
it's
we
more
can see
options.
how your skills are coming along.
Ayo, Andistraz. Let's hope the queue doesn't pop mid-race. I appreciate that for these, they always go back to the music it had in Dragonflight. Gives that feeling. Like watching the cinematic for Dragonflight, that moment where Alex Trouser rescues the stony fellow. That surge of music and like, oh, thank goodness. Whooshing underneath that waterfall bridge in a bit. It's a pleasant feeling of soaring through the air. Oh, nope, soaring through the air and failing. Oh, and we landed. Garbage. Shameful display. So again, I'd like the... If the world quest scaled based on the difficulty of the race you did, it would encourage me to try the harder difficulties. I know they have their own rewards and stuff, but
Excellent work.
if
I
it
can
said
see that the
gain
two of you will soon be formidable
10% more
competitors.
XP for each difficulty up you did, that'd be a decent reason for me to just do that rather than do the base one each time. I'm sure I've folks who've done them a lot. It's not even a bother, like, they're easy enough to do. No, I forgot to bring my wax to Nobles. We'll do that before we leave the zone. Destroy excess minerals, and we have a bonus objective there. Can do that.
We've got another incursion, and we need some defenders.
Yeah, but hang on, where's this herbs though, Bryn?
Good at this.
I'm out of range.
When will come the day when different characters in a race can pick a voice, do you wonder? Is that an avenue they'll ever go down? Like for dwarves, for example, you've got the different dwarven clans you could voice and do differently. You could do that for the orcs as well. There's a lot of extra work to do different voice lines for them, but it'd be a nice little bit of customization. I'll get Fire Ward. Now the explosion. I'm in danger. Don't bonk me, please. Good job, we can just make food for us. Oh no, invisible time. That level 77 thought about it. He thought about having a go. Leave me alone. It's nice for mages, you're always fine in terms of stocking yourself up. Get these random piles of garbage. Not in line of sight. Come here. Bang. That was inefficient. Oh, elemental spawn. Away with you. Kill more kobolds and stuff as well. You're gonna whip me if I go for that herb, aren't you? Those ones are all taken. We'll move over here while we wait. Dynamite. Help these urban.
I need to target someone.
Means I'm not the one getting bonked in the face. Kind of nice that they put them here for that. The Ring of Fire. That helps. Count on more little kobolds.
I need a target.
Ooh. Flipper's about 300 item levels of an improvement. We'll take those. Gotta mind the AoE. Urban friends. Thank you, ice block. Ooh, fancy looking Drake. Let the dwarf sit and eat animation. Very doesn't work quite as well with robes. One day, a technology will be made for video games that just hasn't been cracked yet, where physics on cloth and armor will render clipping a thing of the past. It will revolutionize the entire industry. I can't wait. I imagine a lot of it is to do with like how fiddly it is, how you'd have to do it piece by piece on armor potentially, how resource intensive it might be. All I know is it's a nightmare. My brief time studying at university for the industry, trying to model that kind of thing, certainly had its issues. Trying to then get it to animate, whole other thing. Okay, that one helps. Bang, boom. Don't stand in them. The words of Bran in the distance from Delves, encouraging me not to be a fool. Right, one more hole. Just need to kill a couple of the big uns. As far as I'm aware, my stream's always been on a wide stream setting. What I've been working with this whole time. Nothing should have changed in that regard. You might be panicked now, Bubby. Despite that, I will say it is a purchase I made at a time where I could afford to do so, and thought it would be a useful glow up. But as time has gone on, it has proved more headaches than anything else. Like, it's just, especially for like getting into streaming for the first time, it made the setup process and trying to get things to capture footage at a decent quality whilst recording it at the same time and archiving all my stuff. It took all that way longer to sort than it otherwise should have, and I was fiddling around with settings for about a month. It was a nightmare. And a lot of games don't exactly support it well either. And I'll say for something like an RTS where you're dragging your mouse all over the shop, just makes things take that little bit longer. I'd recommend anyone spend money on like a decent OLED screen rather than an ultra wide. At least for now, in the current state of things. Sure, it gets better over time. Sure, they get cheaper over time, as technology always does, but not something I'd recommend at the moment. Nice when it works. Hit more of those. The other problem with it on YouTube is, means, for example, in the shorts feed, I cannot have my stream show up there because you have to be of a certain aspect ratio for it to show up in that feed. The way around that is you can set up a separate stream to do it. So you're running at that point like 2 streams at once. But that seemed And I see a lot of people do it. But to me, that seemed really unnecessary. And then if I'm archiving stuff and creating playlists for people to watch my stuff over time, it's just really messy. Like, it doesn't look good on the channel to have all these different, like, every stream has 2 streams. I just didn't like it. Which again, it means I miss out on potentially just getting more folks to come in organically through that. But that's part of the reason why I post the shorts every time I stream. It's that essential advertisement, for lack of a better word, does the purpose of the stream just being there for people to scroll to. Don't get me wrong, it'd be nice if it just let me pick a section of the screen to just throw into the shorts feed. That would be useful. But as it stands at the moment, I don't think it's worth, for me, to be setting up multiple streams just to try and gain more eyes like that in what will lead to just messy stuff on the channel. Obviously, what I could do is I'd only put one in the playlist, but even so, I prefer things to be a little organised. I don't like the mess. Alright, Arathi Basin. Again, this being the regular version of the game mode, means that once you cap a zone, it stays capped until someone comes and uncaps it. So you're not dancing around the battlefield as much as you would be. Depends on how the fight's going. Bring up our little mini-map, keep an eye. I'm going to gander at everyone's transmogs. That paladin there in a very cloth-based set. Fancy hunter. Leveling. 12 months of training post set. Ooh! Who's this dark paladin? The black throw over. A decent look. Oh, even on the regular mode, there wasn't everyone running. That's how I remember Arathi Basin, is 10 people just going straight for that first flag in order to cap it. Seems though it's less of the case these days. Oh, this is where Ice Wall's going to be useful, isn't it? Stop them getting in. Let me do it, game. I moved myself back too quickly. Bring him that way. Climb off that one. Get shields on everyone. Make sure we keep casting ice block. Ice block? No. Fire shield. Oh, and I keep stealing stuff from them too. Hey, off the cliff you go. I'll bring a fire down in case anyone decides to come join us. Sorted. How are we doing elsewhere on the map? People fighting at stables. I don't like how that turns me around. Aiming for that, but that's fine. Activate Ring of Fire more, but meteor down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I've got slow as well. That's another ability I've not been using at all that I need to remember. No time for Ice Wall. I just have a lot more buttons on Mage. Like, even on the Evoker, I had a lot more buttons, but they were very situational. On Mage, it's like, throw this out, throw this out, throw this out. 15 powers, another one to get me cooldowns, but I need to just use combustion, like, all the time as well. It's alright, that's why we're doing these while we're leveling, so that when we get to the end game, we're not just a complete cluster muck. Oh, they just capped it. Unfortunate. Oh, hello. Oh, my lot can't get through it either. The downsides. Team, shoot this guy. Oh, fire locked. It's alright, I have some frost spells. Whatever reason, Ring of Fire doesn't trigger that. Oh, capacitor totem. I can use combustion without it, or rather while I'm casting other stuff. It's nice. Probably be capping points, but I want to stick with this little squad here. Chucking fireballs at people. Oh boy, it's a fight in here. That's a nice grab. Oh, it became tiny ball. Interrupt that with the knockback. Try to keep that shield up on ourselves. I feel like I'm moving way more than I need to be. Oh, that surge coming, friend. Combustion into more damage. Swing around and grab a point, or we're going to start losing. So blast wave anyone off who's up there, potentially. There's a few. There's quite a few. Don't mind me. That felt really mean. nick whatever that power infusion is. Oh, nope, not if he's going to mind control me off the cliff. Ah, you whiffed it! I don't know if I'm going to survive against you, though, is the other problem. No. Not know how to play Fire Mage well enough at this point. Need that one. The button I wanted, but it's okay. Probably block that bridge off with a nice block as well. Yep, that seems useful. Nick their stuff. Oh, they've got all the points though. Problem. Everybody run away. Out of range. Aye, turtle stance. Morning, Andy. Hope you're doing well today. Appreciate you bobbing through. No worries about when you join. That's all well and good. Aye, we're learning. We're learning. On the Mage, we're doing okay. Nothing too fancy. I enjoy casting big fireballs. Feels good. Although we went from doing alright to now we're in trouble. A lot of buttons to consider. And a lot of buttons I do not fully understand or use correctly. Having said that, I enjoy the learning process. You're all going up there. Are there any Horde players hanging out at the farm? One. We should probably not waste our time on this person, friends, but they're doing it. Come on, come on, before he kills me. Yeah. Burn him fire. Yes. I see. Arcane seems very complicated. I can understand enjoying the theme. I just like explosions, what can I say? Ow. Fast enough there. Right, we have been royally pushed back. Polymorph that healer. Shoot. You sheep. We're just going to lose at this rate. We need to go and find another point. Slowfall? Slowfall's over here. Is there anyone guarding this spot? Not at the moment. I am being chased though. Oh, I did that way too late. Oh, I'm being hunted. Oh, there was a rogue guarding it. Oh, good for you. Rat. You think when you're being pushed so much, you can't have that many people out on different points hiding. I stand corrected. We were doing so well at the start, and then we just got pushed all the way back. And everyone got too focused on fighting. Which, don't get me wrong, so did I. I don't even think I can get to a point fast enough now, unless there's too many seeing me. Don't do it, please. There's way more fights to be had. You don't need to do this. Nice block. Wait for it. Wait for it. And run. Ow, ow, ow. Yep, there's that arcade. Just blah, 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 blah. Hey, we weren't breaking away for it. Not 500 points down. Little happy with my damage number there, but it's still in the gear we've got as well. When I've got greens that are still like 150 and stuff, it's not gonna be anywhere impressive or something I can like measure until we get a full set at end game.
Incursion, and we need some.
Let's get signed up again.
I know you're good at this.
Need to keep the practice going. All right, and we needed 7 more of these mineral deposits. Don't mind me. I'm not aiming for you. I didn't mean to. 2 over there. Bit of bismuth. I want to get these first, though, with folks about. So again, each character and class I only have very tertiary information and experience with. It's always just been every expansion try and level up a little bit. Dragonflight I put more of a solid effort into it, and Pandaria Remix really helped me make sure, right, I've got one of each class, I've got one of each race for all the transmogs. That's all sorted. But my actual gameplay knowledge and specifics on each of them, even just as a baseline, how do I hit these buttons, is pretty low. So it's been an interesting experience, first on the Evoker, then going into more. I look forward to learning. Obviously things will slow down a little bit with the anniversary patch. We'll go and see how well on Wednesday it handles doing alt stuff. From what I understand, you need to get the 100 bronze tokens first, and then that makes using your alts on stuff much easier. Something like Korak's Rage, though, with a load of dailies that gives those bronze tokens, or at least doing it once will until you hit that 100 mark, will be worth doing, especially on the alts I want to get PvP and honor stuff on. Seems like it's going to take a while, though. If what I saw this morning is anything to go by, it's like for every old tier 2 piece you need like
Thank you. Efficiency and
320 of the bronze tokens, which again we've got until like January, which is a pretty decent amount of time, but for a lot of folks it will feel like a very big grind. We'll have to see how it plays out, and I'm sure like Remix and stuff before it, Blizzard will end up buffing the token gain before the end of the event. That wouldn't surprise me. Especially when people, you know, people just want all the stuff. How do I get a lavish refreshment table? That's just a glyph? But again, no idea on Mage. You're some kind of Defias Mage. Or just a very skin-showy mage. Old rogue set. You're just leveling set. You're just leveling set. You're going for an alliance-themed thing. It's a little all over the shop, but I like what you're going for. That's a fire druid. You're the... what was her name? Blood Queen Lafel? Lafel? I can't remember. She was a boss in Ice Crown. Druid in leveling stuff. I just like having a nosy at people's transmogs. Hey up. Got this gnome rogue. Got the Dalaran piece on. And then standard leveling bits. The chainmail tabard, a solid choice. Get everyone buffed. Alright. Good old Warsong Gulch. One day I will look up when all these textures got redone. But for now, just going to enjoy it and move forward. Nice, I must remember to use my little barrier thing. Earlier rather than later, so it gets off cooldown again. This Icy Nova one seems like something I should... It was either this or Ring of Frost, and I've seen Ring of Frost be really effective in PvP, but I like the fact this freezes people and does a bit of damage. I'm trying to sneak around this way. Should probably go back and help these. Oh, you're just suddenly at a lot of health. Shield back up. Didn't feel very tanky. There was a talent I took called Glass Cannon, so I do more damage but take more damage. So that probably isn't helping in the squishiness factor. Where is everybody? Look at that twig. Save the hunter. Don't squish it. Don't squish it. Oh, and he's just fine. He had all his defensives up. I had most of mine up as well. Probably should have used those. That's not a defensive. That's kind of a defensive. See, stuff like this, where you teleport yourself back and regain resources, I am an absolute shambles at using. 10 seconds as well. Like, timing that out as well. Terrible time management. Mass barrier still feels like it should be saved while I'm in a group though, so that was probably alright not to use. Slow's another one, but it wasn't like he was running from me. More for flag carriers and stuff. And folks in the melee. Nobody's a flag at the moment though. Ow, ow, Void Priest things. Oh, it's gonna kill me. Just exploded. That's what lack of gear will do for you. No health. At all. It was just like 4 dots. No one was actually shooting at me there. Terrifying. This will be easier on the Druid, which that's the 3rd class I want the Elite Transmog for. Because they're from Remix, so when they got out of Remix, they got like a full set of gear. That was like close to the end of Dragonflighting item levels, whereas here, as I say, there will be stuff from... Actually, I think I've got rid of my... Nope, 158 boots. Trying to block them off. Oh, the pets just run straight through it. That sucks. Don't aim for me, Shadow Priest. You've done your damage before. I don't want it. feel like that was too quick. Now I'm going to get yeeted backwards. Yep, there it is. Oh, combustion just gives me all my stacks back on my different abilities. Now that's pretty nice. Get meteored! Still wish it was like 20% bigger. Ooh, go away.
I don't have a target.
Right, they're all going up there for the flag. Oh, they did Blessing of Freedom. I see. Wait, I can just steal Bubble? Wait. No, I can't. Why does it show as a spell steal one then? Oh, in Nibbert. Hmm. 10 seconds is longer than I thought. Remember to be using mirror image as well. And I have time warp, to be fair. Oh no, I made a mistake. I'm on this side of the line. I'm still on this side of the line! Oh, frame rate. Took a moment to panic. I kind of want to fire everything I've got and then combustion, but it does do a bonus chunk of damage in letting me fire more stuff. Right, where are they coming from? They haven't already snuck out, have they? That's the worst thing, where you stood here going, where's their enemy flag? And they're already, like, down there. I also should have been watching for enemies on the way. Oh, hello. Just teleport into that giant void ball. That seems like a fun ability for Shadow Priests. If your option is Void Ball, what is the other hero talent? What matches up to Giant Ball of Void? Can't imagine it's as good. Oh, barrier first, lest we forget. Go join the team fight. Is the time to time warp when everyone's fighting? Probably. It probably is. Go. Still burn me down. So all the time isn't just you're going to survive. Oh, effect negated by long distance or death. I mean, that was clear. How far is long distance? It'd be nice if there were, especially for someone like me who hasn't really used a mage or this ability, if there was like some kind of tether. Like a line I could see that was changed from, I don't know, green, yellow, red. So I know when I'm stepping out of the range of the ability. Miss! Get off me. Go away. I'm invisible. I'm not invisible. Dead. Could have done Dragon's Breath, alter time, turn him into a sheep, and then run. So I'll figure this out as we go. Slow on him. Send him away.
I need to target something.
And away he's gone.
I need a target.
There is all hell breaking loose. Oh, that is a bad angle. That tiny priest turning into a little shadow ball. I hate that move. Ever since they introduced it. Hated it in PvP for years. Feels weird that I couldn't really angle Ice Wall. It's not like one of those abilities you click again, and then kind of spin it. That's what I kind of thought it would be, seeing other people use it. Maybe there's a trick to it that I just haven't seen yet. Okay, an intellect for everyone. As they've come back. Oh no. Help me with a rogue. Oh, double rogue. I choose ice block. Go away. Ah, you've been seen! The guy was like, nope, I leave them to their fate. Vengeance. Sweet vengeance! No search for you. Combustion for me. Now's not the time for Ring of Fire of a mage. I'm just peppering you with stuff. It's not going to matter though. Whoa, how did they heal? How did they heal? Is that an arcane mage thing? Or is that a mage move? Did they just hit alter time while they were fighting? They probably just hit alter time while they were fighting. So that way, as the damage was coming in, suddenly you undo it. Okay, okay. Listen, it's day 1 on the mage. And even if it was day 40 on the mage, do not expect high-level gameplay here. Expect fumbling. Expect being flustered, messing up, and panic buttons. The latter. Thank you, Bobby. That could have been a potion too. But you're right, it was very likely to be altered time. I'm going to go back to that group fight escape. I thought we had more people still in that fight. Not quite. If I'd activated it as I went into the fight there, that would have done it. Because then I would have gone in, frozen people, chucked the meteor, and then I'd been out again. I can see why haste is probably the most important stat for casters in PvP as well, just to cast faster. And back in the room. Where's our flag carrier? Not you. Get the slow on them. Nice. Right, looks like we've got the win at least. It's been a very informative match. I will say, having this range and just being able to tab and be like, oh, I'm hitting someone, feels pretty good. Feels like to be caster. time will trigger in 2, 1. Oop. Oh, bubbled. Nope. I love a paladin just going for it. That's a paladin after my own heart. You've gotta just go for it. Hit your bubble, take on 5 people. Pray.
I'm out of range.
Aye, damage number is not looking good. But again, it's not going to be something that is possible for me to judge until I'm at a baseline of gear. At the moment, it's going to be on the lower end. And that's just the nature of the beast. Still waiting for the... Hang on, get out of the way, you. Slightly to the left. There you go. An hour and 20 minutes for the epic one. That was where I feel being a caster will be most fun. Something like Outrick Valley where there's just those big corridors of 20 people. Just chuck a meteor down there. That seems like it'd be fun. No wall up, thank you. Avoid the bonk. Third. I just need one more big fella. And we can leave this place. Should have a swig of his drink. Make sure you all do the same. Keep yourselves hydrated. Sup those beverages. Oh, even if it's cold tea or coffee. Oh, you gotta do it. Turn you to sheep. Okay, they don't stack on top of each other from what I can tell. Like hot streak, I can't then hit another one to stack it again. No, so I have to be careful about how I'm doing that.
I need a target.
It's all a learning process. Oop. Hey, that's all of them done there. Move on down to the next one. Next one is Pokemon Snap. Oh, grab some herbs on his way around. Not at this health. Pointless balls. Shiny, or is this? It's an explodey one. We leave that the F alone. Want nothing to do with it.
The River is known for its wildlife and waterfalls. Can you use your camera to document the region? Appreciation expressed.
I believe I've done this camera one. Maybe there's something fancy in this one. Maybe there's an NPC hidden away somewhere. But if it's anything like the others, I would expect not. Unfortunately. They do feel a lot quicker than the Dragonflight ones, but it also feels like there wasn't as many little secret things put in. I'm sure most people are just like, yep, give me the speed, get quest done, job done, but I don't know. I prefer if it was broken out into its own little thing. See, wow, 10 years later, suddenly, photography profession. What would you be able to... Oh, there is something you could do with that for other players. You get into the vein of player housing or something like that. Photographers would take pictures of different NPCs. Different mobs. You want a frame of, I don't know, Deathwing mid-raid fight in your house? Want a picture of an NPC you really like? Go get a photographer to print you a photo. Give them a red room as their working table. That whole thing. Mind you, how would you sell that as like each individual on the profession? Like, could you do it as like bespoke pictures? Then you wouldn't be able to moderate it, and that would probably end up being a bloody nightmare. But if you leave it as set, that would kind of reduce the point. I'm sure that's an idea that has been on a chalkboard somewhere at Blizzard at some point. I still wish this little cobalt camp, when we'd liberated it and gone through the world, like the quests here, was actually liberated and we could do some dailies here or some weeklies. Just be friends with the kobolds. Maybe for the next patch. Maybe they've already got that planned as something that will happen, but at the moment it just feels like a missed opportunity. Oh, hello, bird. I forget that you can just appear. Well, on you, to be fair. Have a nibble. Aye, absolutely, Bobby. I think the problem with purchasable land is you can then run into the problems like that 14 has, where housing is then only available to players with the time and the money. Like, it would be really cool to see people's houses out in the world, but then the downside is not everybody gets to have a house. I'm more on the side of everyone should get one, whether that's individual housing or guild housing. But having it out in the world like that would be pretty awesome, letting you pick a zone for it. I imagine they'd start with capital cities if they were going to do it. I don't doubt there have been innumerable conversations at Blizzard trying to figure out how to tackle it, looking at what other MMOs are doing, trying to see what aspects people like, what aspects they'd rather have changed. There's a lot to consider. Guild Wars just added it, I believe, in their recent expansion, and people seem to like it. Customization's obviously a massive part of it. And that's the thing with WoW as well. You get people like me who would love just a solo house, and then you get a load of people being like, I want a place for my guild. I want my guild house, my guild hall. But it's a way to make, as you say, stuff that isn't current content relevant. If all the stuff you can build in your house requires crafting materials, like if you want a Burning Crusade bit of architecture, you need to go and get Fell Iron, or all the stuff from Burning Crusade. You need to go and spend that time. It would certainly bump things up on the auction house for different crafters and selling old stuff. So much they could do. I imagine we will see the first inklings of a player housing system at some point during the World Soul Saga. Before the trilogy is over, well, even if it's like version 0.5, the first version of it, something will get released to that end. We've seen so many NPCs and quest lines being like, oh, we're rebuilding the city, we're moving the city. The Draenei like, we're going to fly our city somewhere else, and then build up the Isles again. Got the Night Elves in Belameth. These are all places, like Silvermoon getting redone in Midnight, they're all places where you could then say, player housing can be a thing. You're building new spaces with a load, like, especially when you go look at Belameth, it's like, this place either clearly isn't finished, or they are leaving it open for something like player housing. It's obviously a no-brainer, but you have to bear in mind, it's not something they want to chuck out, it's something they know, if we're going to do it, we have to get it right. At the whatever foundation we create for it has to be right, and has to be enjoyed by most players. It will be really interesting to see how they go with it, though. I think knowing WoW, it will definitely be a more on the accessible side of player housing compared to some other games. Oh, we're midway. Never bodes well when people are just leaving. Not too far behind them yet. Not worth jumping over at the moment.
Oozjax has a cart leaving his
No, people are
quarry.
being split up and
I say
murdered.
we take it for ourselves.
Oh yeah, not going well. People are just leaving. Let's go across then. Whee!
I see a crystal down in the mines. Grab it before Oozjax gets to it.
Grab the crystal up there. I can probably knock them down enough. Lock. Oh, didn't quite get him. I went for it though. I thought my teammate would probably come and help me. They did not. The unfortunate matter of joining one in progress, where people are upset that they're losing.
I see a crystal down in the mines. Grab it before Oozjax gets to it.
Uh-oh, too soon. Grab that while I'm here. Too late on the ult time. Far too late. But again, I'm not expected to do much work in this battleground. Not when people are dropping like flies. Okay. Remembering to jump it back and fly all over the place, essentially.
Welcome to the Deep Hall Ravine, friends. Our job today, gather as
So many
minerals
buttons.
and gems as we can carry.
So many buttons.
Before Oozjax gets to them. One of our carts is loaded up. Make sure that it reaches its destination.
I've never heard him say that.
I see a crystal down in the mines. Grab it
Time
before
should kick in.
Oozjax
There we go.
gets to it.
Oh, it didn't matter that it kicked in. Kicked in, I came back and still burned. It doesn't remove dots and stuff off me either. Need to bear that in mind. It's not a catch-all. Like, even if my health is full, if I'm covered in dots and just going and just, you know, being slowly dissolved. Oh dear. See that character who just walked over and just immediately flopped to the ground? Very sad. Very sad indeed.
Thanks for the hard
At least we get our completion quest. I don't know how WoW solves that problem in Battlegrounds. of like potentially being spawn camped. Like, what is the answer there? Oh, I did not equip my shoes. Can't believe it. Do you make like a zone of protection around it that pushes back the enemy? Do you make it so, I don't know, there's like damage reduction beyond a certain threshold? I imagine, especially as the rated blitz probably puts more PvP data into the game and more people are playing more battlegrounds to get into that. That would be the hope. Can't speak to the numbers, obviously, but I would hope so. How do they solve these long-standing PvP issues? That's a gun. Those shoulder pads can go back into the war bank. Away with you. Grab that spider. Come on, bird. Get involved. I like that I have this little phoenix that comes out and is having a good old time with me.
I do have a target.
Feels like it's doing a reasonable amount of damage as well. Oh, right, you back in.
Opportunity's knocking. If you've got the metal, there are valuables waiting to be won.
I don't know if I have the metal, Rufus. I don't know. A bit far off of what I'm doing right now. It might swing close-ish. Again, the odds of it being won in the Alliance's favour, not high on this shard. Feels like the hot streak proc from Fire Blast doesn't last as long as the one from Phoenix ability. I could be wrong there, but that's the vibe I'm getting. As sometimes it's just already gone by the time I'm hitting that next button. Hey, sorted. Let's have a gander over. Oh, that's the big refill the drills one. They'll all be level 80 mobs. No point in trying to do that.
Something dark is waking.
No,
beneath
they're
the
level
hollow.
72.
Our defenses won't hold.
And we don't
for
have that
long.
cache, so that's fine.
Find the source, crack its lair open, and
Those
end
all Horde
this.
folks, they are. All elites, though. I don't see this being worth my time when I can go do quicker stuff. Let's go hand in this wax to Nobles. I mean, go have a look elsewhere. Time we on? For a little longer. Some extra stuff I need to get sorted today, but I can do a little more. Maybe till another battleground part rocks. Still doesn't seem worth it to class Frame Strike over just throwing another Pyroblast at someone. I got in the mail as well. The postmaster. Here, you missed stuff. Always very kind of the post. They're so diligent, the postmasters in WoW these days. You get stuff instantly. That's not a profession you'd want for players. That'd be a nightmare. Having to rely on a player-based post system? Mm-mm. Unless they got paid through the roof for it. Can't imagine that working out well. Funny idea. Now they have like the days where you can be a Stormwind guard, like guard day or whatever it's called. What about post-person day? Running letters around. It might already exist for all I know. Do not keep in on top of holiday events. Oh, more stuff. Don't think it was worth getting that weird mulch bag, but let's get the other one later. Right, which one lets me do while mounting? This one. Oh, why did it pop up then? Maybe that's just me clicking it, I suppose. Yum.
It's not junk.
Nubbles, here's some wax.
I find more stuff for you.
Give it to Middles, get a little chunk of XP.
Ooh, so picky.
I've already done it, and then purchase his little bundle. You're a scumbag, Nobles.
Someone picky.
You had transmog items in here, and then they were gone. Saw it. I saw it on launch day. You piece of garbage, Nobles. I'm not crazy. I saw it. I'd have to go review the footage. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe I hallucinated the transmogs there. Swear to God. Grab this shiny herb. Oh. Now what over you son of a gun. I'm despoiling herbs. What I miss, Postmaster? Some bismuth. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Oh, you have to turn that back into Rufus. You can do that. Let me just have a gander at... I just want to see if there's any immediate world quests that give me an upgrade to a piece of gear that I really need. That ring. Ride the Lynx. Don't think I've done that one. I've done Ashkahep. How about Thornagol itself? Offhand, not as good as the Dalaran one I've got. That's fine. Wrists, I'm doing alright with. Multitask Barrow. Learn to multitask. And Trinket. It's an upgrade, but I'm doing alright with it. Nothing urgently so then. Wax. Easy wax. Yeah, 3 levels, that's like a level an hour. I know going into dungeons is probably, as it's always been, the fastest way to level. People getting like 3 or 4 levels a pop. But that's alright. It would be nice if the PvP balance was to a point where win or lose you got a hefty chunk of XP. At the moment it's not even a contest. It does not come close to just doing dungeons. It's a shame because it'd encourage, you need to encourage people to do PvP as they're leveling so the stakes are lower. Because if you get into endgame and you haven't experienced any PvP and then suddenly you have every single thing that every class can throw at you, that's a lot. That's a lot of game knowledge. I take it from like an FPS or a shooter, right? You just need to know where do things spawn on the map, where do players come from, what are the choke points, what are the corners that people tend to use, what other mechanics on a game by game basis do I need to consider? I need to practice shooting, aiming, etc. For a game like WoW, it's like, right, I need to know at the, the deep end of it, what all my opponents can do, what I am capable of dealing with. Like, there's just so much more you have to consider. That's not to diminish, like, the capabilities of being good at said other games. Absolutely not. It's just a big beast is WoW, and I think encouraging people to play the PvP at a lower level would help a lot. Okay, that makes my Phoenix do more. That bumps Fire Blast damage. Again, we'll get all of these by level 80 anyway. While under the effects of a casted combustion, you gain twice as many stacks of mana cascade. When you're Phoenix expires. It grants you hypothermia for 2 seconds. More for each cell it casts. Oh, then I can just chuck out a couple pyroblasts. Which one's Cascade? Oh, right. I should probably get that first before doing the top one. Ah, absolutely. Because in most PvE content, like world content and leveling, you don't have to use sod all of your abilities. Like, obviously they want WoW to be really accessible, but the world very rarely feels dangerous. Like, you've seen me die on here to mobs, but that's usually because I've been a fool about something, or not paying attention, or not understanding my class properly.
The links.
But it's few and far between. Like, generally speaking, people aren't in danger, and having to access more of the game in PvP, I'd hope it'd encourage folks. And also, just when you see more of what other classes are capable of, that's a moment of, oh cool, I would like to play that class. Right, we'll do this battleground, ride this Lynx, and I think we'll call it there for the morning. Eye of the Storm. Now again, unlike the rated, rather than the zones kind of swapping about, you grab them and you keep them. The flag gets a little more important, and I don't think the zones give as much resource, unless that got changed as well. We got here. Nasty Char bony shoulders. Someone leveling. I know they're all leveling, but you know what I mean. There's a subtle blue theme here on the Death Knight. Very nice. Fancy Nerubian swords. How have you got that transmog for them when those are endgame swords? Might be a lower level one. Fancy priest. Leveling priest. Pets. Scuba diving warrior. Oh, someone's made a pack of ribs. Hang on, just need to take off my headset for a sec. Someone's making a noise. Can't tell if that's just my fan or some machinery outside is making a similar noise that's overlapping with it. I will check once we're finished for the stream. Be a nightmare 3 months in to just have my computer blow up. It'd be just my luck. But man, that would suck. I'm not in a position to grab another one. Should probably hoover it out soon as well. It's been about a month. I used to be terrible at looking after my PC like that, but ideally you should be doing it at least once a month if you use it regularly. Especially for streaming, I should be making sure I do it once a month. Minimum. Right, we're going to get points, you're going to get a point, you're going to get a point. We will go for the flag then. I should be casting Ice Wall. Up behind an enemy. Lock others in place. And we put Ring of Fire in front of that. Okay, this is where we all the time. I needed to use my other AoE thing there. I needed that Ice Nova to get out to freeze people. I think And we needed Meteor as well. I think the initial Ice Wall and the Ring of Fire did a great job. Others I needed to consider. I also need to use a different ground mountain here. This thing just... like, we move at the same speed, but it just feels slow. Break the wall. Oh, second ice wall on top of the first ice wall. That made some frame rate dip. That made the frame rate get very upset. Traffic queue over here. Uh-oh. Fear. What most fears broke with damage. That did not seem to. And it's AoE. I mean, maybe that's a talent or something. Wouldn't know. Goodbye, monk. Goodbye, me. Oh. Yep. When you ledge people, you expect to be ledged. That's the karma of any video game that lets you throw people off a cliff. Pretty fun though. In For Honor, there's a character called Warlord who, when you grab someone, you can like run them about the place with a shield, or Raider who can pick them up over your shoulder and just carry them ages. Ridiculous things. People would always get very salty and upset in a 1v1 if you ended up throwing them out of a ring. I'd try not to, because I wanted to fight. But sometimes you would just end up hitting someone while they were stood near an edge, and then their feet would just kind of like, over to the side. It was very silly. Oh, I missed that game. Good time. I'll get back to it at some point. Spend a week maybe going through between games. Plenty of old live service stuff I'd love to get another look-see at. Especially ones that are being supported constantly like that one is. Been going for a long time now. Okay, give me your bits. Give me your bits. Yeah, give me your bits. Stealing your stuff. I'm gonna chuck fireballs at him and not waste my resources. I'll having a grand old fight up there. Flag is at the Fell Ruins, but they haven't captured it. I don't understand why. People were doing that in the rated one as well, and I didn't understand why. I've made a mistake joining this fight. No. Stuck on the ball. Could have ice blocked. Remember this huge array of abilities at my disposal. So I always get nervous about casting Meteor because I'm like, unless I've got them locked down, I cannot guarantee it's going to hit, so I don't feel like casting it half the time. Big AoE circumstances like this, it should be fine. The ice block shattering feels like it. get it and run. Not one of them got it. Flow. Oh, of course, that's not going to launch them while they're floating up in the air. Ow. Nope, I didn't mean to frostbolt, I meant to ice block. Learn your bloody hotkeys. It's that one. Right, back to it. Pretty even split. I've got the flag though. Ow! Aim shot did half of my health and then whatever follow-up did the other half. Very upsetting. Imagine they have double ice wall again. Will be attempting to. Aye, knocked it. Revenge, Hunter. Revenge. Now that may have seemed very petty, but I assure you, it was. And it was absolutely worth it. Come back here, you! We're chasing you. Ow. Look out, friend. There's a rogue about. Two of us tried. Tried to make something happen. We've seen that rogue in several battlegrounds with us now. I think that's a nice thing about PvP you don't really get elsewhere. Is given there aren't huge numbers of people doing it, you end up running into people repeatedly, which is fun to see. You nearly got me. You didn't quite get me. You're gonna get me though at this rate. Stop! Should have altered time while I was up there. Big shame. No way you land that. No way you land that all the way to safety. It's graceful. On me are dead. What I've done there, I hit slow, but he leaped to me, and then he leaped to me a second time. Points are being fought over constantly. It's pretty close, all things considered. They got the flag again. When did that happen? They just capped it. Oh, he hit the wall. Mistakes were made. I'm everywhere, warrior. I'm everywhere. Even I don't know where I am. Ow, 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 ow. I don't want anything to do with this giant glowy ball. I'm gonna knock this priest off edge. At least that's what the plan was. Now I'm charmed, he's gonna rub me off. Not quick enough. Aim it. Not quite, not quite. Greed. Completely focused on trying to knock people off and doing nothing of use. Ah, delightful silliness. They're just holding the flag again. Why? Why don't people cap it immediately? Someone is going to have to explain that to me Sunday. Right, they've captured it. Surely they go near it and then flag is sorted. Hey, it's alright, they expected as much. Middle of the pack damage wise, which was unexpected. I expected to be even lower. Oh, it's a good time.
The links.
I make no claims about my capabilities or the lack thereof.
Take one for a run before it maims someone.
Alright, let's do what this Lynx wants to do. Oh. Lynx enrichment. We just having a ride around with our Lynx. We're just having a bit of a bonding exercise. Oh, treats. Nom, 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 nom. Okay. I see. Looking for bits of meat about then. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, nice little world quest, sure. Scare that local. Oh, the buff is growing. Is it just staying at 10 now? Oh, it turns so very quickly. Are we stuck? It's okay. It's okay. Keep going. You're fine.
Well done.
Hey!
Another win under your belt.
Can I equip another one of these? I can. Hey, we're getting there. Just But everything on this side's over 400 now. Just a chess piece left. That's pretty good though for a day's work. I forgot to... God damn it. I forgot to set my Hearthstone to Donegal. I also forgot to pick up the Mage Pole. Let's go and do that then. Fastest way will now be to fly to the Weaver, use her portal, and then do so. Ay, 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 ay. I randomly got 100 bloody tokens from that. From the links. Why? That wasn't a PvP quest. Weird game. Sometimes it's just weird. And I'll take them, don't get me wrong. We got enough to buy like the weapons when we get to end level. As much as I'll be herbing and mining, need to get going. Through the webbing. Excuse me, miss. There we go. Let's go grab those. The epic battleground. 2 hours and 6 minutes. No pop. If it happens to pop while I'm sorting this little bit, I'll do it, because at that point, why not? I can't imagine it will though. Oh no, you're transmog, not innkeeper. Gently flop our way in that direction.
I
Runish.
have calibrated my prices.
Thank you.
Reasonable.
I imagine the mage portal person is in the throne-esque room at the back. Then we need to hand in that quest from Ruffius, which is fine. Portal trainer, haha! Hello.
Need help?
Teleport.
Farewell.
Thank you, thank you. Very good. Then just to Ruffius, and we are all sorted for the day. Donegal is now your home.
What
There he
task
is.
can I perform for you?
Good stuff. Right, we'll say with that then, folks. Get the wave. Thank you very much for watching. All those who've come along live and those who'll watch later, cheers for giving me your time. If you enjoyed yourselves, hit that like button on the video, helps push me through the algorithm and gets our stuff out to more folks. Subscribe for more content on the channel. We're here 9 AM on the weekdays with World of Warcraft in the morning, then we play other games on an evening at 6 PM, both of those UK time. We'll be back this evening with Might and Magic Clash of Heroes, old nostalgia puzzle RPG that I'm very fond of from many years ago. We'll be getting through that over the next week and a bit before the launch of Dragon Age on the 31st. You can find playlists to all the different content we have on the channel right here. Cheers for being here, Bobby. You have a good one as well. You look after yourself. With that said, folks, much love, take care, and bye-bye.